YouTube, it's above average Cody, and I've been seeing super mixed opinions on the newest May update that came to Halo Infinite. So today I want to do a quick little video on my thoughts addressing some of the more important things that were added slash changed with the most recent update. And first off, guys, I want to start with a really big one that I really absolutely despise. It's the UI adjustment they made to the menu here. So as you can see, when you go into multiplayer, you can now see 10 individual tabs on the left side of the screen. If you remember previously, there used to be a little like box up here with like an image hovering for whatever you were hovering over. So if it was Team Slayer, it'd be some little graphic showing like the Slayer game mode or something, like two enemies fighting. I don't know. But now it is just a massive bulleted list that, wait for it, you still have to scroll down on to see all of the tabs. I mean, when do you learn to do bulleted lists? Like second grade? First grade even? I think this looks hideous. It's very silly. There's still a ton of dead space here. Obviously, if you're in a 4-stack, like all your teammates are like sitting on the box and stuff. But like, honestly, I think I liked it better before. Granted, you can only see like 3 or 4 modes and you have to do a ton of scrolling. I think this just looks silly. It looks like they just copied and pasted something. They took out the nice little graphic, and now it's just a bunch of words on a bulleted list on the screen. I think it's silly, but whatever. They thought it was a better option. I get it, because now people can see more game modes and stuff, but I think it's just kind of cringe that you still have to scroll down. But other like silly stuff, menu slash observer wise, is the observer in theater mode. The reticle used to be like off, so it would look like somebody shooting a wall, but they'd still be hitting an enemy. It looks way better now. When you go back and watch your like past game modes in your recent gameplays, it looks way better and much more accurate, so I think that's really cool. Now, I want to load in and talk a little bit about the King of the Hill changes, weapon changes, grenades. First off, guys, I want to talk about the grenades. The dynamo change, I think, is really good. So dynamos, they were always a little tiny bit overpowered, guys. I'm not going to say insane to the point where they shouldn't have been in ranked, but I think it was a little cheesy that I could not walk out of the like shock range and it slowed you down. So it would slow you down and you literally just straight up got trapped there with the slow movement speed. Now you can move normal speed even when you're getting shocked by the dynamos, and I think that balances them very nicely. And then the range and stuff was like subtly adjusted. I did a whole video talking about the specific changes in a video. So dynamos, they took out the most annoying thing where I couldn't move away from them, so I think that's a big W for ranked. The spike grenades, they were very random and insanely powerful, and now they seem a little bit more consistent, and they don't deal quite as much damage from like a range standpoint, because I'll be honest with you, spike grenades, guys, or any grenade for that matter, it should come down to how well and skillfully you are able to place them. Not the cheese where I can just Hail Mary them across the entire map and get a free kill with it. No, now it takes a little bit of skill. It takes a little bit of better placement to use them effectively, and I think that's a big W. Now, on recharge here, I'm going to run over and grab the Disruptor. I'm not going to show you with a bot or anything. I'm just going to briefly talk about it. The Disruptor, which, of course, is a Mangler. Anyways, the Disruptor, guys, they made it so that it doesn't do that, like, cheesy, like, shock damage after you're done shooting them. Because I'll be honest, guys, 9 times out of 10, when I used to pick up the Disruptor, it was so that I could get that cheesy kill. Like, after I die, they would keep getting shocked and die. So now it's only dealing damage while you're shooting them. But I'll be honest, the hit reg feels really bad depending on what ping I'm on. If I have bad connection, guys, it feels like the Disruptor is doing nothing. But supposedly somebody said it was like a 3-shot to beatdown or something. So I think it's really good. It's still balanced. It's still good and worthy of a pickup off the wall here on recharge and on streets. But again, it kind of takes out the annoying stuff. So they kind of took out some annoying cheese with the Disruptor, which I think is good. And now I want to talk about this hill change. So on King of the Hill, P2, it always used to be here. You'd send somebody top glass and just shoot down at it, and then the only way you could really come in was from C plat here or C steps, which I think was kind of cringe. And now they moved it out to here. So the pad is now right here. On C plat, and I think this adds a lot of different options on how you want to play this hill now, because you can obviously play the sneaky angle, you can just play straight out through long haul here. And most importantly, if you want to rat all the way back through like blue pipes, you can get some pretty good nades up onto hill here by throwing the grenades there. You can rat down triples, you know, put in some damage, throw a nade up here off the wall, play to see steps. And it's a harder hill to just sit in and soak up time. When it was over here, guys, you could literally sit in this little corner here. You're not visible from glass. You're not visible from somebody entering in a long haul. You're not visible from backseat plat on turbine. You could literally just sit there forever and just hide. You had the cheesy spot here on the box where, again, nobody can see you on point. But now the point's more out in the open, and I think this is a really, really good improvement. 2P2 here on this map, which I think was probably the cheesiest hill outside of the one back A, but at least the one back A takes a little bit of like skill team-wise to hold, while this one, guys, just got a whole lot more complicated, a little less cheesy, and a little bit more fun, because I've had a ton of King of the Hill games here on Recharge where it would finish on this hill, and we just cannot get in the hill because they're sitting in the cheese spots, they're sitting on the box here, you know, they're sitting in this corner here, and just you can't break into the hill, and it's really annoying and really cringe. So I think putting it there was a really nice change. And I think they were supposed to change something on Streets, but Streets feels exactly the same. All the hills are the same. I don't know if the change isn't in yet. I don't know if I'm stupid and just haven't noticed it, but it all feels exactly the same, which is weird. But I will say, although those King of the Hill adjustments are cool, why were they not mentioned in the patch notes that came out like 5 days before the update went live? I think it's really silly that they're like, okay, guys, here are all the changes that are coming to the game. And then the update comes out, and the pros are dealing with King of the Hill changes days before a super important qualifier, being the FaZe qualifier for Dallas. Why they do that, I do not know, but I think it is really, really silly. But hey, it is what it is. I think they were good changes, however. But like, again, no Plaza. We were promised Plaza, and they have this big May update, and we still don't have it. I don't know, guys. But overall, I will say, despite me sounding kind of negative and probably putting a negative sounding or looking thumbnail, I think this update was really good, guys. As an everyday ranked player who grinds, who's in the trenches, I think taking out of a lot of that cheesy stuff, the Disruptor burning you, the Dynamo limiting damage, the random spike grenades, that P2 on Recharge, taking out that cheesy stuff, it, for me, is a big ranked quality of life improvement in my opinion. So just off that stuff alone, massive W. For me as an individual ranked player streamer, I love this update. I think it is really good. The UI, it looks gross, but I can look past that. Again, the theater mode's a big W when you're going back VOD reviewing. That's a big reason I don't like watching POVs from VOD review. I just go back on my stream and get them, is because the reticle placement looks like cheese, and like people focus on that really heavily, and they're like, oh, why does your reticle placement look so bad? You're not even hitting him. It's like, that's just how theater looked. But now that they fixed that, I think it's like a massive W in terms of watching that from POV. But other than that, guys, like I said, big quality of life improvements in terms of being a daily ranked player, and I really like it. I think it's really cool because, like, I like when things are powerful in ranked. I don't like when things are cheesy, like a Disruptor kill after I'm dead for 5 seconds. Dynamo slowing down a player's movement. That's like kind of cheesy stuff that I don't see as very competitive. So I think those are really big improvements. I like it. I think it's cool. Overall, W update. Little weird in terms of not talking about the King of the Hill stuff prior, but W update. That's all I got to say on it, guys. Let me know in the comments all your thoughts on this most recent update. Again, I saw super mixed feelings about it, so I just want to do a quick little video talking about my thoughts and how I feel about it. Again, it's been out for like 4 or 5 days already, but I wanted to fully experience it before I gave my opinion on it. But other than that, guys, subscribe to the channel. We upload every day. Live stream Halo 5 days a week. Ton of fun here. Great community. Leave a like on the video, guys. And then finally, channel membership. Super thanks if you like support monetarily. Helps me out ever so much as a creator, but please do not feel like you have to. But alrighty, guys, that's my thoughts on the May update. Thank you so much for watching. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay tuned for the next video.